Nicholas Diaz writes, "Hello, sons and daughters of AMC. Thanks for a great show. My question is more of a buy or sell type question. Would you guys buy or sell actors who establish themselves as Marvel characters jumping ship to a DC franchise, i.e. Tom Hiddleston as the Riddler, or Chris Hemsworth as Hawkman, or Jamie Alexander as Wonder Woman, and so on and so forth? And would you buy this casting or sell it?"
This question comes up a lot. You know, a lot of times when the whole Jamie Alexander as Wonder Woman thing came up, and we're neither confirming nor denying that Jamie Alexander is playing Wonder Woman. But I remember when these rumors came up, there were a number of people who said, well, she can't because she's already in with Marvel, and therefore she can't do DC. And that's just not true. You know, actors all the time do movies with one studio, go do a movie with another studio, go do a movie with another studio. Well, yeah, but John, you can't do that with comic book movies. Can't change studios that play multiple comic book characters. Well, you can. I'm going to give you just a few examples. I was actually on the way in here and I just started to jot down a few examples, all right? Number one, Ryan Reynolds. He was in Blade. He was in X-Men Origins Wolverine as Deadpool. And, of course, he was in not Fantastic Four.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Mm-hmm. Then you've got Chris Evans, who was in Fantastic Four, of course, as the Human Torch, and now he's Captain America. You got Halle Berry, who was Storm in X-Men, and she was Catwoman. You got Hugo Weaving, who was in Captain America and in V for Vendetta. You got Idris Elba, who's in Thor and Ghost Rider 2. You got James Marsden, who's in X-Men and in Superman Returns. You got Jon Favreau, who's in Daredevil and Iron Man. You got Karl Urban, who's in Priest and Dredd. You got Ray Stevenson, who's in Punisher and in Thor. You got Rebecca Romijn, no longer Stamos, who is in X-Men and in Punisher. You got Ron Perlman, who's in Hellboy and Blade 2. You got Terrence Stamp, who's Zod in Superman 2 and in Elektra, and the list goes on. And I'm just talking about the ones that have superhero characters. If you want to go into graphic novels in general, the list is even a lot bigger. So there's a long, proud tradition of actors portraying a comic book hero character or villain, whatever, and then going and playing in a comic book film for another studio, even crossing the DC Marvel line. So it's absolutely been done. We see actors play in different movies for different studios all the time. So yeah, if Jamie Alexander was going to play Wonder Woman, I'd be all for it, and I would have absolutely no problem with the fact that she happened to be another character in another studio movie. Makes absolutely no difference. I think I might have been a little more hard-lined on that before. I think maybe at one point I was also like, well, no, if you're in a Batman movie, you can't go and be in an X-Men movie. But I've completely changed my thought on that. There's nothing wrong with it whatsoever. I don't think we've seen a bad example of it yet. I mean, obviously bad movies, but nothing tragic has happened. Like, nobody said, wait a minute, I don't get it. Halle Berry's wearing a Catwoman outfit, but I could have sworn she was Storm. Like, nobody's having, you know, breakdowns because of it. So I think it's totally fine. I would completely buy it and would have no problem with it. Erin, what do you think?
I have no problem with it either. To be honest, I would love to see, I mean, we've talked about so many times on the show, a character like Jamie Alexander going from Sif to Wonder Woman, and I don't have a problem with that DC Marvel line being crossed. I think it's absolutely fine, and although I don't want all these movies to become a recycling system of all the same actors over and over again, let's get some new faces in there, and let's consider new talent when it comes to making movies. I still don't have a problem with it happening, though.
Schnepp?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with it either. I mean, even villains, like Mark Strong played the villain in Kick-Ass, and then he played Sinestro. I mean, there's a lot of other actors who are like able to play villains in multiple genres of the superhero world, which is bigger than Marvel and DC. There's all these other, you know, there's all these other comic book companies, you know, who are self-publishing their own heroes like Kick-Ass. And so, you know, I mean, that world is building and growing, so you're always going to need actors to fill those roles.
Nicolas Cage in Kick-Ass and Superman. That's right. The death of Superman lives.
Yep. And that footage is incredible, guys. I've seen it. And one of the things about superheroes and acting, did you mention Ben Affleck as Daredevil and Batman?
Oh, no, I didn't even mention that one.
I mean, that's like, I was going to say there has to be at least a 10-year wait between switching sides. But, I mean, yeah, seriously, I mean, I don't see any problem in it at all. So, I mean, the only problem I would see is if they were acting in it at the same time, and then their movie came out on the same weekend, fighting each other.
Yeah, there'd be a bit of a conflict of interest there, yeah.
If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to AMC Movie News on YouTube. It's free and a great way to stay updated with all the latest movie news and check out our daily show, AMC Movie Talk. Also, don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Twitter to stay in the loop for our special prizes, giveaways, and contests.